What made you decide to do that challenge, the long distance riding compared to kind of show jumping or something else?
Well, I've always loved riding out in the countryside. I've done it since I was a child, and I wanted to share that with members of RDA and supporters, and at the same time try and raise some funds for a really important project for RDA, which is our new National Training Centre.
Oh, brilliant. And so you raised so much money throughout the whole project over a couple of months. It was about £40,000, which was absolutely fantastic.
I had a lot of help doing
that.
Yeah.
So it was, as you said, it's quite a new activity. So you're usually used to the traditional sort of activities. Did you learn anything new when on your travels, or anything about RDA or anything like that?
Yes, I learned that because RDA offers shorter and longer long-distance rides, it's a really accessible activity for a wide range of disabilities. I also learned a tremendous amount by going to 2 RDA endurance competitions, one in the Highlands and one in Kent, and I learned the way a proper endurance competition runs, and I also went on some rides organised by Endurance GB where RDA riders were really made welcome.
Oh, brilliant. That sounds fantastic. So if you look back on all the different rides, you went all across the regions, if you look back on them, yes, is there one moment that really kind of stands out for you, and you know why?
Well, that would be
it's
really
quite hard.
tricky. Yes. There were lots of fantastic moments in incredible countryside, but the moments that made it special were when I had time to listen to riders talking about the challenges they have in their everyday lives and how they're so positive about overcoming those challenges, and how ponies and horses help so much with that.
Brilliant. And so if you could kind of sum up the long distance riding, so you were covering up to 15 kilometres on some of those rides. If you could sum up long distance riding in the 3 words, what do you think they would be?
So the longest distance we did was 27 kilometres one day across the Welsh Hills, and the shortest we did was 1 kilometre, which for some riders was a huge achievement. So I need 2 shots at the 3 words.
Oh, okay, go on then. I'll let you go. I'll let you.
So the first 3 words that I came up were ponies, countryside, teamwork.
Yeah. And
the second 3 words were emotionally and physically rewarding.
Brilliant. I'll let you get away with those extra 3. So as I mentioned earlier, you did a ride in all across the different regions. In some of them you did a couple just to try and get around and see as many people as you could. Dare I ask, did you have a favourite ride?
They were all tremendous, and I have to say I did riding, I also did carriage driving, and I even did vaulting. They were amazing, and I think there wasn't one special ride. What was my favourite thing was watching the excitement of the riders, especially when they did something for the first time. So if a rider had ridden through woodland for the first time in their lives, or they'd seen a deer on a track and stopped and watched it, or they'd achieved a new long distance, that was amazing. And out of all those moments, the top one would be when I saw a young man canter outside along a woodland track for the first time, when previously all his riding had been in an indoor school. That was really exciting, and it was exciting because of his excitement. Yeah,
and his new achievement, and his,
it was fantastic.
That's fantastic. So you've mentioned you did riding, carriage driving, and vaulting.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to really chat to your riders and drivers and vaulters whilst you were doing the activities?
I did. And there were about 800 people who took part, and they were just such fun. And there were so many positive stories and a lot of positive energy. And it was all those riders that made it such an amazing event to be part of.
And sharing a new activity together as well. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And lots of teamwork.
And so what was the total distance that you covered throughout the challenge?
Okay, we totted up every single kilometre, and it got to 2,600 kilometres, which we were amazed by. And on top of that, volunteers who walked with some of the riders who needed some support did 1,200 kilometres on foot.
Blimey, that's a lot of kilometres. Brilliant. And so to finish, because we'll wrap this up. The most important question: would you do it again?
Without a second thought.
Brilliant. Thank you so
very
much. Thank you, Sam.